Hi, Mike Newton here, the Barra Golf Club in the Swing Studio. Today we're just going to have a quick look at the new Ping range that we have on offer. There's two new irons that Ping have launched, the G Max iron and the E1 iron. So we've got both irons here in the heads. We are authorised Ping custom fit centre here, so we do have the different heads, different line angles with different shaft options to enable you to try on the launch monitor. So what I'm just going to do today, I'm just going to do a little bit of a head-to-head here with the G Max iron against the E1 iron, just maybe see the difference on performance. Now, just talking a little bit about the actual irons itself. Obviously the G Max, as you can see, is quite a large profile head, very sort of forgiving. Ping is sort of saying there's a lot more ball speed on off-centre hits, so really aimed at a golfer who might just spread the strike pattern around the club face a little bit more. We've then also got the E1 iron, which is a little bit more of a slimmer, classic sort of shape here, not as chunky, a little bit more of a slimmer top line here than the G Max. So it is aimed at sort of two different golfers here, but we're going to put them head to head and see how they perform on the launch monitor. So I'm going to hit 5 shots with each. I'm going to keep the same shaft in each head to keep the test as equal as we can, and we'll have a look at some results and see the differences. Okay, so we're going to start with the G Max iron. 5 shots with this, and then we're going to move on to the E1 iron. Okay, so that's all 5 shots hit with the Ping G Max iron. Definitely a very large profile head when it's sat behind the golf ball. Fills you with a lot of confidence. You know, it's a bigger surface to sort of look at in terms of the head shape, and definitely very easy to hit. There's some I didn't quite get hold of there, but felt like they really came off quite nice, and the results were still pretty good. So we'll have a look at those numbers in a minute. Let's hit 5 now with the E1 iron, and let's have a little comparison at the end. Okay, so I've swapped the shafts over from the G Max iron, so the Modus is now in the E1 head. So we've got the same shaft as what I've hit before. We're going to hit 5 shots with this, and like I say, we'll have a look at the results in a minute. Okay, so that's all 5 shots hit with the E1 iron there. Definitely my preference between the two would be the E1, purely on the looks. It's a more neater head. That would probably sit in more in my game, really. But having said that, I did like the forgiveness of the G Max iron. It really gave you some confidence when the club sat behind the golf ball. So let's have a look at some of the numbers on the monitor, and we'll just see how they compare against each other. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the numbers on the screen. As you can see, the 2 flights there, the G Max iron is the white flight, the red flight is the E1 iron. Just hit a couple of slight loose ones there with the E1, probably just tiring up there. That's a lot of golf shots for me, 10 shots, not really used to it. But yeah, just a couple of slight loose ones left of target there with the E1 iron. But let's have a look at some of the data anyway and just sort of compare the two against each other. So just looking at the screen here, as you can see here, the white colour code on the top side of it is the G Max iron, the red is the E1 iron. So we'll have a little look at the ball speed here. 123.9 G Max, 124.7 with the E1. So a little bit of a quicker ball speed, just fractionally with the E1 iron there for that particular shot. Launch angle quite interesting there, 18.9 G Max, 17.8 E1 iron. Now they're both 7 irons here, so exactly the same iron number, but obviously the G Max is a slightly higher launching item, which you just sort of expect with a sort of more low and back centre of gravity on the club. It is really designed to help launch the ball a lot easier, and that's sort of proven that on the launch conditions there. Backspin number moving along, 6,296 G-Max 5742 with the E1 iron. Again, slightly higher launching, a little bit higher spin in there, which is again all about sort of launching that golf ball in the air. So if any golfers out there maybe just struggle a little bit with launching the golf ball, G-Max is definitely a good option there. Look at the total distance here at the end. So 184 with the G-Max, 189 total distance. That's obviously a run out. So we're looking at carry distance 173 G-Max, 177 E1. Now the last couple of shots, as you can see with the E1 iron on the bottom, 180, 180, they were a little bit pulls with a bit of draw. So that's why they've flown a little bit further than normal. Just looking at the sort of one at 168 here, and as you can probably see, that's missed target 14 yards right there with the G-Max. So the right shot or the right miss is obviously a lot shorter compared to the sort of left shot and a left miss, which obviously carries that little bit further. Okay. All in all, both really good quality irons, obviously aimed at different levels of golfers here, but that's the whole beauty of what we're trying to do here with the launch monitor, is just test them side by side, see which one best suits yourself, and obviously from there we can really do a good custom fit in terms of the lie angle, the length, the right shaft to get the right feel and performance, as well as the right grip thickness, and also the set makeup, you know, the number of irons in your set to tie in with hybrids and wedges, etc. in your set. Very, very personal sort of service, and is one definitely you've got to sort of do if you're looking at investing in a new set of irons. Okay, that's the head-to-head done with the G-Max and the E1 iron. These are Ping's very latest irons that they've just launched. The G30 iron, which has been award-winning, woods and irons are still continuing the range. These are 2 additional irons to the range. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and hopefully we'll see you all very soon.